The fire is dead. The room is freezing. To avoid the bitter cold, I light the fire, illuminating the room that I'm in. What light manages to spill outside through the windows does not make the night any more comforting. Suddenly, a woman stumbles into my room and collapses into one of the corners. I don't know her, but she looks just as cold as I am. Another log on the fire wouldn't hurt. But the wood is already starting to run out. I consider the howling winds outside, then turn my gaze back to the flames in the center of the room. The heat is too precious to give up. On my return from gathering what dead branches I can, I swear I hear the stranger speak, but I can't make out what she says though. I stroke the fire again. The room is now a thick wool blanket compared to even a minute ago. My muscles relax, and I notice the stranger stop shivering. She says that she's a builder. She offers her services in building some traps to catch nearby creatures, if any are still alive. Before that, though, I asked her to build a cart to help carry more wood from the forest. The easier it is to get supplies, the easier it'll be to build those traps. It's nice to have some work to pass the time, even if the reward is just wood and some scraps of meat. While the builder is helping gather wood, she brings up a strangely optimistic idea. She's not the only wanderer. Other people are out there that could join us. I ask her to build a hut in the nearby woods. Word about the hut could get out among the other wanderers. Turning back to attend the traps, my mind splits in two. Caught between a pounding headache and enlightening bliss, I see a machine surrounded by people, twisting and curving around me. But then, it's gone. I don't know what to make of it. I try to remember exactly what I saw, but then a family moves into the hut we made. The vision is not a priority right now. More wood, more traps. My collection of teeth and scales is certainly on the rise, but I'm no longer alone. Another stranger moves in, giving us a population of 4, not counting myself and the builder. Another hut makes us the beginnings of a village. Of course, things are going too well, and I discover that all of my traps have been destroyed. We have just about 8 people gathering wood now, so I'm thankful we can call it a minor setback. At this point, we could make a hunting lodge. That means we could be less reliant on traps. I don't have the required fur and meat yet, but we're getting there. A mysterious wanderer came back with a deal to get more furs, but unfortunately I couldn't make the down payment. However, a trading post might make future commerce easier. Leather made from the furs we've collected might also be useful, but the tannery will have to wait. I need to save the furs for the lodge. And there we go. Okay, now we can hunt. But I need to manage how many villagers will be hunting versus gathering versus making bait for the traps. Each role affects our resources, so I need to be careful. And even after all of this, I still need to keep the fire lit. It's my little routine after returning inside. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about running out of wood ever again. Our store of meat, however, might need to be looked at. It could spoil, so it'd be best to cure the meat. And for that we need a smokehouse. But I'm not exactly sure what I should build first. The trading post has me curious about what exactly I'd be trading, so I think I'll save up for that. 100 fur. Hopefully it'll be worth it. Scales, teeth, a compass? What for? Would we be traveling? I remember the vision I had when this town was first starting. I remember the people and the machine that I saw. Would the compass point anything of that significance, or would it only point north? We're going to need more hunters if we ever want to stand a chance of collecting the 400 fur that the nomads are asking for. More huts, more people, more hunters, more fur. I am infatuated with the idea of the compass. Even if it points to nowhere, it could be our chance to go out beyond this forest. While I'm waiting for the hunters to do their work, I sacrificed 50 of our fur for the construction of the tannery. I would have kept putting it off if I didn't buy it soon. What we'll use the leather for, I'm not sure yet, but I'll let a tanner work for a while to start our stockpile. After acquiring about 50 leather, the builder takes notice and mentions that a workshop could allow her to build finer things. Maybe that's where the leather will come into play. But I need to stop messing with the fur supplies since we need to save for the compass. But I also want to finish these buildings. The smokehouse can definitely go up now since it only requires wood and meat. Everyone in our now modestly sized village catches a wonderful aroma as the building is put to use. But more than that, preventing the spoilage of the food will be useful for travel, assuming that the compass allows it. The vision is back. The twists and turns among the people and places is alluring, but I focus. I can't give up now. We put up the workshop. 800 wood, 100 leather, and 10 scales contributed to its construction, but looking at what we can already get out of it, the building seems worth it. Torches and spears are simple, but another element that can be useful for travel. A moment later, we discovered how to make armor, a water skin, and a rucksack. Maybe it's a good thing I put off buying the compass until after those last construction projects. Or maybe I'm just worried about where the compass will point to. The spears we make are simple yet sharp, but the weapons invite the challenge of a pack of snarling beasts. We fend them off, but at the cost of a life. We need to get out of here, we need to explore, we need to at the very least become more sure of ourselves. I dedicate as many villagers to hunting as I can in order to collect fur, and I wait. And wait. We lose another soul to the beasts of these cursed woods. I want to do something to distract myself, but there's not much to do. I wait. But then the moment is upon us. The compass points southeast. We find a dusty path. Where does it lead? Armor, water, bone spears, cured meat, and torches can all be brought as supplies for the journey. But we have limited space. That's what the rucksack is for. We can increase how much we can carry with us. I put some tanners to work to deal with making the leather. And I made more huts to grow our village further. We now have a max population of 40. Getting materials should not be much of a problem now. It's just a matter of balancing the input and output of resources to get what we want. Leather armor is here. It's obviously not much, but it's better than nothing. Will it be enough though? What kind of armor will we need to be properly prepared? I haven't gone down the dusty path at all yet because I don't know what to expect, but at what point would I even feel ready? Another 200 leather goes to the rucksack, doubling our carry capacity. The water skin is cheap in comparison, so I take care of that as well. There's nothing else I can do to better prepare for an expedition. I don't know why I'm hesitating. What would be best to bring? Should I leave any free space? Let's go. I look around and I see something in the distance. It's the remains of an old house. Looking at the worn, peeling sides of the building makes me think, how did we even get here? The door already ajar, I step inside. A man charges at me. I spot his rusty dagger and pull out my spear. Caught off guard, I take a fair few hits, but my food was nourishing enough to keep up my energy, or at least keep my spirits high. I trek for a few more miles, oblivious to the mistake I'm making. The food has run out. I turn around on the spot, making my way back to the village. I wake up back in the familiar, firelit room. That could have gone better. I take some time to prepare and I embark again. This time I go east and find a cave. Things go a bit better, and I find an old campsite with some leftover food. I probably should question its quality, but I need to keep moving. My curiosity got the better of me and I took another step into the cave to discover a cave lizard. I fight, but I stumble. Maybe I'm not meant to explore. No. Once more into the wilderness. I am determined. I keep my eye on my distance from the village, and I prepare to face any creatures that may attack me. After a couple battles, I loop back to the village. Now I can actually map where I've been. Again, I go out, and I discover another location that looks unique. On the next venture, I actually stop to take a look at it. It's an iron mine. The bleached bones strewn about the entrance do not make it look welcoming, but the idea of iron. I go in. A large creature attacks. I defend myself, but I get badly wounded. I just need to hold my ground. The mine is now safe for workers. Back in the village, I can now trade for iron. I work towards that first trade. What will I be able to make with it? I give up my fur and scales for that first taste of metal. A cask, a wagon, iron armor, and an iron sword. Where will this take us next? Thanks for watching. I know a text game is not prime YouTube material, but I've been meaning to play this ever since NerdCubed included it in an episode of 3 Free Games Friday over 7 years ago. I guess you could say that I'm a procrastinator. I also think that this game gets more and more interesting the further you go, so I encourage you to give it a shot. The link will be in the description. And if you do the usual like and subscribe thing, that'd be cool. See you later.